Musky's Outdoors is brought to you by Musky's Inc., Foley Bellsaw Outdoors, Jack Daniels, Great Clips, Joe's Sporting Goods, Skeeter Boat Center, Skeeter Boats, Yamaha.
I am Musky Inc.
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 No, I am Musky Inc. And you can be too. Call us 888-710-8286.
Honey, what are you doing? I thought you were getting your hair cut at Great Clips.
I am. Already checked in.
How?
Their sweet online check-in app. Why wait around there for a haircut when I can work on my body here? I got a few more minutes. And pump it and squeeze it. Ooh, smile at me.
Introducing the online check-in app from Great Clips. No more waiting around, because now we'll be waiting for you. Great Clips, it's gonna be great.
Americans. We're the creators of things born of an independent spirit, designers of the great, architects of the useful, composers of the loud, builders of the beautiful. We live in a country that lets people make things they believe in, and that's as American as, well,
On this week's show, I head to northern Wisconsin for the second leg of the PMTT in Eagle River, Wisconsin. With only one day of pre-fishing, I'd have to rely on years of experience fishing the Eagle River chain to locate and put a plan together for the next day's tournament.
It's nice, yes. Right on the bottom, dude. Yeah. Oh, that's the Indian. Look what you. Yeah. Yes. Counting it down, letting it sit on the bottom, and just working them back. All this bait that we're marking, deep water bite, baby.
One thing I know for sure is that in June, if you find the huge schools of perch, you will have a shot at some muskies. Anticipation was running high on who would be crowned the 2011 Eagle River PMTT champions. Day one of the tournament would bring in high skies and light winds. My goal was to head back to where I caught my muskie pre-fishing. The only question I have is, where are the schools of perch? Are they still suspended in deep water, or did they move back to the weeds?
It's a whole new ball game now. High skies, big sun. Should be a beautiful day for muskie fishing. We're gonna bite today.
Or he's fishing the weed line.
we're just playing that game, watching these boats go out, make sure nobody goes to our spot. It's looking good so far, but it's always part of the game you play here when you're tournament fishing. You know, it's not just coming out here and catching fish. Many times you have a fish to go to right away in the morning, you go flying out there and there's some really good sticks sitting there on your spot. So it's part of the tournament plan. You gotta have a backup plan, you gotta have several things you can go to, especially here at Eagle River where there's a lot of spots and a lot of fish. And sometimes to win this tournament, guys are really running and gunning, and that's kind of unusual for tournaments. So we're just making sure our spot stays clear. It's looking good. We have a short run here to start. We like to get to a spot quick, not a long run. Just get there quick and start pounding right away in the morning. Especially on a high sky day, the morning could be the key. It could be a fast bite here and then get slow midday. So we're pumped, we're ready. Hooks are sharp, baits are hooked up, rods are ready to go. So we can just pull up, start gunning casts.
After about an hour of fishing the weed edge and finding few bait, I started to move into deeper water, and my hunch paid off. I started to locate massive amounts of bait suspended in about 18 feet of water. With so many good sticks that make up the PMTT, somebody is always going to find the right tactic, the right pattern that will separate them from the pack.
Yeah! Yes! Yes! Beautiful. Yeah. Alright. She's short.
Yeah. It might get 28.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Oh, well.
Pretty little fish though, isn't it?
I tried. Okay, guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a nice one.
Yep. Right. Well, boys, 40 incher, first one of the day. Hopefully there'll be a couple more coming.
We were being all quiet, so they didn't go off on the radio like you did.
Because we could see you. It's pretty hard to miss this fella.
We just missed one by a half an inch.
Oh, yeah?
That's 29 and a half. This one's at 80.
Yeah, that was that's 7 probably, right?
Yeah. What's your lure, cowgirl?
Sure. You just having trouble with the radio.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, shit.
36, almost and a half, 36 and a quarter.
No way. Keep the fish bumped up there.
No, it is.
Is it touching?
It's between 36 and a quarter and 36 and a half.
All right, 36 and a half.
I gotta go with a quarter.
Okay. shot, guys. Gotta get another. Stick another.
I'm gonna get you a plastic bag.
A1 would come to a close with only one short muskie to show for all my efforts. I would have to start thinking about what I was going to do for the next day.
Closed captioning is provided by the Skeeter Boat Center.
Hey everybody, I'm Mike Keys of Keys Outdoors, here to tell you about the MX1825 Skeeter boat, powered by Yamaha. I've had a whole season now under my belt in this boat, and it is truly the ultimate 18-foot fishing boat. You're talking about deals? This is the sweetest deal on the market, and you can get this sweet deal at my good friends up at the Skeeter Boat Center, located in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. See for yourself why this boat is so impressive.
Human beings cannot see UV light. However, fish and birds can see UV light. And there's a material that we're adding to some of our baits now that actually helps the bait reflect more ultraviolet light. So it's very natural for a fish, like a predator, like a muskie, to see UV light under the water. It makes sense to have this UV reflective material, you know, on your baits or in your product like this.
I guess I've always known that I've had NCF. I just didn't realize how bad I had it. I mean, it would always come and go, but this year it's like it lingered. This is real. This isn't like restless leg syndrome. This is NCF. NCF. Then a friend told me about how he helped himself fight against NCF by just making simple changes on the way you do things can change everything. And boy, I'm glad I did.
All right, guys. Day 2. PMTT in the river. Let's go musky hunting.
Hey folks, it's day 2. It's about 8:30 or so in the morning. We're sitting here with Tony Puccio and Mike Pikowski. They caught that giant yesterday, 48.5 incher, basically on this spot. We pulled up here to see what they're doing and what type of baits they're throwing. Kind of crazy actually when you see what they got these giants on. They're Tony, tell them what you guys are doing. What type of structure?
We're fishing the edge of a weed bed here. There's cabbage in here, one of Mike's favorite spots. And there's a little hump and it drops into deep water. And we're marking this bait out here. And we maybe go out as deep as 12 feet and you'll see tons of bait. And yesterday we just worked that edge and Mike got 2 fish yesterday. One was a little short, but he got that giant. And we've caught fish here before. It's just a nice piece of structure. And this ridge goes way in towards shore. And it comes out, as far over as where the other boat is over there. And sometimes we go around on the inside, but you see the bait on the screen there.
Yeah, stacking up.
And sometimes, I mean, it's like unbelievable bait. You know, it's like fills the screen. So those fish, you know, when they get active, they come in here and feed on that bait, and we're basically fishing that bait. And using baits that represent the bait that we're marking.
Yeah, right. This is what they got that giant on yesterday.
Actually, Mike got it on the Fire Tiger.
Fire Tiger.
But, you know, in this dark water, the Fire Tiger shows up well, and this dark crawdad color shows up well, yeah. And they've caught us a lot of fish.
Crazy. Everybody else out here throwing, killing themselves, chucking 10, 12-inch baits, and you guys got a
well, and we did that, you know, we did yesterday too. We kind of rotate, you know, so we throw the smaller bucktails, you know, and then we'll throw some bigger cranks, But you know, what was active yesterday for us was, I mean, we caught northerns yesterday. We caught walleyes. It was crazy. But you know, that's fishing.
We arrived here this morning. We saw dead perch on the water. So it tells me there's a little bit of a night bite going on, and we're using baits that mimic smaller perch. I think that's what most of the fish are feeding on.
Let's swing that up here. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I mean, you look at how big these are when you. I mean, we're late June already, and we're in the last few days of June and throwing small baits like that. But you know, matching a hatch, if that's what's down there, and that's what they're hitting. Yeah. It's crazy though. It shows you what. You know, it's not always the big fish. Sometimes, I mean, the big baits. Sometimes you gotta downsize a little bit. Obviously, it's working for you guys right now. Dennis, you don't mind if we pull up behind you and jump into a quick interview, do you? Come on in. You guys keep fishing though. I'll catch up to you. Don't let me stop you. Hey folks, day 2. Here we are. It's about 9-ish in the morning or so. We're here with Dewey Stewart and Dennis Sweeney. They doubled up right off the bat. They got like a 40.5 and a 39.5, I think, correct?
That's correct.
Right, Dewey, right away, huh?
Yeah, it was. We pulled into the spot. We were going to actually start working it from the other end, and Denny said no, right here. Pulled in here, and it just, boom, he hammered it.
Nice.
So he made a good call on that one.
2, right away, too, right? Another one?
Yeah, as soon as the judge took off, just a few casts later, picked up the second one. Judge took off, and we had a third big one up. Just couldn't get it to eat, and then just a few minutes ago we lost number 3. So, been a good morning.
It sounds like it.
65 south of the Salt Island, right off the Salt Island.
We hear them going. Somebody else is calling. It's good. Dennis, I see you're throwing kind of a smaller bait. I mean, it looks, you know, as far as musky fishing goes, it's definitely a smaller size.
Yeah. It's a local bait. It's a local made bait, and just picked it up. Picked them up Thursday, and we had caught fish with them pre-fishing, so we went back and took all of them. And we passed them out, and they caught fish for them too.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know the math. I mean, right now,
it's about time.
Yeah, I mean, not knowing what everybody else did out there, and I know they're catching fish as we just heard on the radio.
Right.
I mean, you guys would be leading. Obviously, after yesterday's, we know what the totals were. It would put you in first, but it's hard saying, you know, what else is going on out there. We know they're getting fish. I mean, everybody, you know it too.
Sure.
But it's Eagle River chain. You never know. They could boom, boom, boom. You might catch 3 more in the next hour. That's how it is here.
Yeah, exactly.
Unpredictable is right. Yeah.
Musky Tackle Online, Big Game Tackle brings you 5 new exclusive Keys Outdoors custom colors for 2012. Exclusive MTO colors in the legendary 9-inch Big Game handcrafted Balsa Twitch baits. Can we say slime time? Oh yeah. Go to Musky Tackle Online and see why they're fast becoming #1 in online shopping. This is the Revo Shad, a revolutionary new swim bait that looks and acts like the real thing. 3D lifelike finishes and 8 proven musky colors, designed to trigger predators and make them eat. Go to reactionstrike.com and learn about the Keys Outdoors Value Pack. Hey guys, buy 3 and get the 4th one free plus shipping. Go to www.reactionstrike.com. As the day progressed and the clock was now my worst enemy, it was time to make a move. My plan was to fish the small rivers that connect the chain of lakes to each other. With good current flow in these rivers, I wanted to focus on the points and cuts that led into small bays just off these rivers.
Dave said there's nobody on Otter. He's the only boat. Oh, really? Oh!
It wasn't long until my hunch paid off. Working a 6-inch perch-colored big game lure with sharp rip and pause motion back to the boat, a nice musky would swing and miss my lure.
Twice. About a 34.
When I get depressed, I eat a Kit Kat bar.
Well, it's winding down here. I gotta pull magic out. It is 11:33. I had one fish up today 3 times. I was doing that open water bite. Just wasn't happening. The bait dispersed. And that's all I gotta say about that.
Here with day 1, second place team, Jerome Morris and Jake Bucky. They got 2 fish yesterday. Basically, I think you were out here, right, Jerome?
We were out here one time and spot across the lake.
Got 2 decent fish, 39 1/4, I think, right?
Yep.
What are you guys doing? What are you throwing?
We're throwing big baits, and what we're doing is we're letting them sink down. We're in 8-10 feet of water. We're letting it hit the weeds and then popping them up and just ripping them through the weeds.
Nice. Big rubber baits, dropping them down, popping through the weeds.
Yep.
Jake, is there a tip, color pattern that's been working better for you? Or you guys, just changing it, changing up different colors and sizes?
Actually, we've just kind of been sticking to one color, more of a gold, a walleye pattern. It's always a trusted color up here. We fish a lot of lakes, and that seems to be the best color in most of them. But I think it's more of an action thing. We've got the double tails on these, and that seems to be really working.
Well, everybody, that concludes the Eagle River PMTT. No fish for me. I had my opportunities, 1 short fish, and then today a heartbreaker, about a 36, 37, had it up 3 times. Finally, on the 3rd time, I stung her and just got the back hooks, and that was it. That's all she wrote, but we'll see what happens. It was a tough bite, but I'm sure, like always, in the PMTT, there's always somebody that catches 2, 3 fish in the tournament. We'll see what happens.
All right, folks. On behalf of the PMTT, Mercury Marine, and the Eagle River Area Chamber of Commerce, I'd like to welcome everybody here back to the Mercury Marine Summer Challenge right here at beautiful Eagle River. The Eagle River Area Chamber of Commerce, they go above and beyond the entire community, all of their sponsors, Kim, Connie, the folks, everybody. Give them a big round of applause for supporting us. Appreciate it. In 3rd place, with a double, a 41 1/4, and a 38 incher, taking on twitch baits. Total of 125 points, $2,534. Ryan Bach and Tim Rutson. Congratulations, guys. Nice. In second place, with the triple, a 40 1/2, a 39 1/2, and a 34 incher, taking on bucktails. Total of 168 points, $3,520. Dennis Sweeney and Dewey Stewart. Put 3 fish in the boat, lost a couple more. Second place finish, awesome job, guys. Congratulations. In first place, with the 48 1/2 incher and a 43 incher. Big fish both days. A total of 174 points, $15,080. Mike Pikowski and Tony Puccio. Congratulations, guys. First place in the Eagle River. Awesome job.
Keys Outdoors is brought to you by Musky Inc., Foley Bellsaw Outdoors, Jack Daniels, Great Clips, Joe's Sporting Goods, Skeeter Boat Center, Skeeter Boats, Yamaha. The official taxidermist of Keys Outdoors online magazine is Lax Reproduction. Is it live or is it lax?